What's up guys, my name's Chronic Heroes here on this video. In today's video, I thought I'd do something a little special. I wanted to do a video where I'll talk about a really interesting topic. And I wanted to know your opinion on what these topics, and then maybe if you guys want more of these topics in the future, you let me know. The topic of today's video is what if the sun just turned off? Moreover, what if it just disappeared? Because, you know, turning off means that it still has gravity, but and I'm talking about gravity, I'm talking about sunlight, I'm talking about everything exactly as it happened. I did a lot of research on this because I was kind of wondering what other people found on their findings and stuff. Mostly I just watched a Vsauce video. You should check that out. What if the sun disappeared? Oof, it was good. I loved it. And I wanted to talk about this in the video. I have an interesting commentary. If you guys want to send me more crazy questions, I could do more commentaries like this. But anyways, the sun. First and foremost, it would take 8 minutes first to even realize, 8 minutes, 20 seconds or something, for the light to get from the sun to us. For that whole 8 minutes, it will seem as though the sun is still there. However, you know, the gravity will take effect, I believe, instantly. I believe gravity is an infinite reach and infinite, wait, hold on, how does that work? So the sun instantly disappears. Does that mean Earth instantly stops being affected by its gravity? Or does gravity travel across a spectrum? Like, does it travel towards Earth? Is there like some delay? Or can something be cajillion miles away, light years away, and then instantly when the sun turns off, it just instantly just says, oh, that gravity doesn't count. Obviously it wouldn't affect it that much at that far range, but does it? I think that's actually a really cool question, although we can't actually answer because mass is very difficult to get rid of in that fashion, but I think it would be pretty cool. But anyways, regardless, 8 minutes before we would lose the sun. Even like other planets like Jupiter, it would take like 38 minutes for it to actually stop receiving the sun, but we would still see it for another 30 minutes after that because the light reflects off of it and comes back towards us, and over an hour later, it will finally snuff out, as you know, we said it. And I think that's really, really cool because I love the way light works. It's actually something that travels. We think of it as an instantaneous thing, but if the sun turned off, it would be like the sun would turn off, but all the other planets and lights would still be there. And we could slowly see them just turn off one by one. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, whatever, all those are things. I think they all look like stars in the night sky. Stars in the night sky. I don't remember the song or the rhythm. That would be kind of cool. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be cool. One thing I was wondering is that if the sun turned off, would the Earth just instantly just freeze over? Everybody would just be dead in Iceland. Apparently it's not true. First and foremost, the worst thing that would happen is that there'd be no plant life or anything that relied on photosynthesis for its energy, because there'd be no sun energy at all for these life. And of course you guys are thinking probably, hey, that's all my oxygen. That's not actually true. We have enough oxygen in our atmosphere to survive for thousands of years just for us, and that's incredible. As well as the fact that plants are not actually our our number one source of oxygen, although photoplankton does need photosynthesis. Not photoplankton, zooplankton. It's actually plankton that gives us most of our oxygen, but they still need photosynthesis, I believe. But they're under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. But of course, also in the fact that the light turns off, the gravity would also turn off the sun. So instantly, as the sun turned, disappeared, we would just start traveling out in the tangential direction into the universe. And I think the coolest thing is that eventually we would start traveling off for gazillions of light years in a distance far away. If we could survive that whole time, eventually we might end up on another solar system, another sun that we start orbiting. I would say it's a lot more likely that we find another sun that we're orbiting rather than that we didn't. Although, you know, everything would be traveling in random directions outwards, I think eventually Earth, without any sun, would eventually find another solar system and start orbiting around that. I don't know if it would be a livable distance around that solar system, but I do believe that Earth will proliferate life yet again after the sun is gone. I think that is a really cool idea in itself, because that means, like, if the things on Earth could survive for that whole time, they could re-give life after traveling through the universe that far. Back to this topic of being able to live, it actually wouldn't be that far off to live. It would only take, it would be like after a week, it would take a week before the Earth would actually start freezing because of the greenhouse gases and the fact that the atmosphere traps the heat inside and the natural temperatures of the Earth's surface. It would take a whole week before the Earth got to freezing from like 52 degrees, not 52, 15, 16 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. It would take a whole week, and after that, a year would go by. It would go to negatives like 50 degrees Celsius or something like that. It's something he said. Eventually, it will slow down the freezing, and eventually, everything will kind of slowly freeze over, but it's exponential. I don't know how to describe it. Go watch the Vsauce video. He described it perfectly. I just really like the fact that he described that there are things in the ocean that will survive forever, don't mind the cold, that don't mind having no sun, and will just be great and groovy. And if we stay near like geothermal vents and stuff from like inside the Earth, because it's just a big molten ball of lava. And I love how he described how do you guys know how? I love how he described how, you know, people say there's a bunch of lava under the Earth's crust. You want to know how? Because this rock smashed together so hard, the kinetic energy liquefied all of the rock, and it just, that heat and energy just turned it into lava. And I'm like, that's really dope. It's really dope that just kinetic energy turned rock into lava. That is just next level. That is just next level. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just that is just next level. And that's what I'm saying, is that actually would keep the Earth warm at a certain temperature. Eventually, I think without any sun, it would eventually equalize. The sun's energy would go away. The Earth's surface would cool down a certain temperature, and it would start to equalize from the Earth's core, and that's what would heat up the Earth. Obviously, it wouldn't be that livable for humans, and would get to the point where air literally froze and became liquid and fall out of the sky, and eventually solid, that we can't even breathe it. That's an interesting conundrum, as well as an interesting thing that could happen to Earth. Now that just blows my mind. The idea that oxygen and nitrogen and all that stuff would just turn to liquid. It would just turn to solid. It would be oxygen in the form of snow. And that, mind blown. Let me tell you, blown is my mind. That would be crazy. I don't know how to describe it other than the fact that if Earth turned off, we would actually not be that bad off. That we wouldn't be that, I don't know how to say. It wouldn't be that bad is what I'm trying to say. For the fact that like a lot of things can survive without the sun, without the heat, without ever really knowing that the sun even existed, that it would take a while before we would freeze over. We would have plenty of oxygen. Our heat could come from geothermal vents where we could, everybody could gather. We live underground, maybe nuclear energy to help keep us alive for a while. But it would be a crazy ride, that's for sure. Depending on which direction Earth went off in the first place, it would be definitely a crazy journey. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know I ranted, I wasn't even on topic the whole time, and I was kind of all in different directions. But I really like this idea of just these random things that could happen, and then just kind of talking them through and just kind of reasoning what could and couldn't happen. And you start to develop your own theories and things that would be really crazy and interesting, like the idea of like gravity. Is that like a continuous spectrum? Just things that pop in my head. I love just trying to talk about these weird and crazy ideas because it stimulates me intellectually. And I hope it did for you guys too. Make sure you guys go watch that Vsauce video. You probably should watch it before this video. It would make a lot more sense what I'm trying to say. And of course, let me know if you guys have any crazy ideas you want me to do more commentaries in the future with. Just leave them down in the questions down below. I don't know if you should do a hashtag or something. Just leave some crazy stuff like, what if like you could skateboard with eraser tires, and then you could erase like the planet, dog. I don't know. Leave some crazy ones down below. I would love to hear them. And yeah, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys did enjoy your Christmas break, and you're gonna enjoy New Year's. And yeah, my name's Midnight Chronic, and I will see you guys over on the next one.